All right. CJ, your prompt is letterboxed. Here we go. 3, 2.
Well, if you're interested in what movies I've been watching, you can follow me on Letterboxd at CJW. That's the word double and the word you.
Whoa, what does that stand for?
My name.
You can follow me at KDRISC01. Still haven't figured out how to change it.
It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. Super easy to find. Hey, welcome to the Overtalking Podcast with your hosts, Ken and CJ. Say hi, CJ.
Hi, CJ.
This is the show where we talk over TV shows and movies, typically chosen by our guests, but guess what? Backed by popular demand. It's just the boys.
Backed by popular demand by us, because it's super easy to do.
Easy to do. We get to talk about things that we probably enjoyed, and that's it. So...
Yeah, we're done with all the holiday garbage. Pretty low ratings across the board.
Speak for yourself. Jack Frost.
Your highest rating was like a 4.
Jack Frost is a masterpiece.
You gave that a 4.
The more I think about it, the more I realize that is a true classic. It should be in the rotation every year.
Do you want to retroactively give it a higher score? A 4 is a bad movie.
I don't want to.
Yeah. It's bad.
The snowman bathtub scene was pretty unforgivable. But yeah, we're gonna talk about a couple of movies that we watched. We both had some time off before the new year, and I'm sure we've been diligently researching the latest movies and TV shows to make sure that we're up to date for you listeners. And yeah, I don't know. Are these recommendations? Mine are kind of recommendations. Are yours? Or are they just things that you watched?
No, mine are. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So yeah.
Speaking of updates, for all the Overtalkers out there that have been following along with Ovengate, I finally have an oven.
2024. Oh, okay. There we go. It's installed. It's working.
It's working great. Maybe even too good. I kind of burned my first attempt at some bread in there.
That's the problem with our oven too. We it needs to be calibrated. Apparently, that's something you can have them come back out to do is fix put a normal thermometer in there.
Yeah.
Figure out what the right temperature it actually is at, and then have them come back out and set it to that.
Yeah, I made this English muffin bread loaf,
Ooh.
which is fantastic. It's basically like batter instead of dough. Towards the end of baking it, you're supposed to then put tinfoil over it, specifically so the top of it doesn't char, and then put it in for another 10 minutes. And I took mine out because I started to smell it burning. And that was way before the 10 minutes I was supposed to even do. So I cut it short 15 minutes before it said it was supposed to be ready. So either the oven is too hot, or I'm thinking also maybe I should lower the grate. Maybe I put it too high in the oven.
Oh, maybe.
But yeah.
Meg was baking some cookies for our Christmas Eve, and we just couldn't figure out the right settings for our new oven too. One can be convection, and we were trying that, and
yeah,
couldn't get that to work. And by we, I mean specifically Meg. And yeah, we tried either. She tried either oven, and I don't know. They all came out totally dry. It was so strange. We think it's probably just too hot. Is our guess. But.
Yeah, that's a good call though. I should put the thermometer back in there so it'll actually tell me where it's at. But so happy to have roasted veggies again. I've been craving them. It's been months without having one.
You guys were going to get a new stovetop too, right? Has that happened yet?
We did get a new stovetop as well. However, my hopes of getting an induction were squandered, even though we had people come out, I think, 4 separate times to keep telling us different things. But finally, that last visit, we'll call it, they basically said we didn't have enough power running to our kitchen island, and it was possible, but we would have had to tear up the floorboards.
Yeah, that's worth it.
To run a new thing. Yeah. As they were saying this, Emily kept saying, we're not doing that. And then they would eventually keep explaining stuff and come back around to so then if we just, lift up the floorboards, she's like, we're not doing that. Stop suggesting that. What are our options besides that? That's way too much work for this.
So you stuck with the gas range?
Yeah.
That's honestly better for the environment. It's what the Biden administration recommends you go with. So it's okay.
More and more studies keep coming out about gas being run in our homes, that it is bad for us. So I'm trying to forget that since we're back to having a gas stove. But at least it's new.
Yeah. I don't know. I personally don't like cooking on induction, so we never really considered that for our new kitchen. But I don't know. I don't care. I'm going to die anyway. So,
Ken, with induction though, you can boil water in like 100 seconds. It's so quick.
Yeah, but then you don't get the cool blue flames coming out.
I don't want the Fast and Furious is coming
induction,
out.
Huh?
You like to pretend you're running
some
NAS?
blue electricity arcing out of it. Is that what happens?
No, you don't see anything. That's the beauty of it.
That's just the boring part then. No.
It's not boring. It's efficient.
Speaking of some non-boring things, we're going to talk about a couple movies. CJ, are both yours movies?
Both of mine are movies.
Okay, mine are movies as well. Do you want to kick us off?
Sure. Mine are movies from last year, 2023, so fairly recent. Starting with The Killer.
Ooh.
It's on Netflix, rated R. David Fincher directed it. Have you heard of this movie, Ken?
No, I have not actually.
Oh, okay. It runs about an hour 58, so just around 2 hours. It's a Finchman movie written by Alexis Nolant, Luke Jacobon, Andrew Kevin Walker, starring Michael Fassbender, who you may remember him from episode 271, where we did the movie Frank, which was excellent.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know him from.
He's Magneto in all the X-Men movies.
Yeah. Tilda Swinton's in it too, apparently.
Yeah, she's in it as well.
Nice.
But she's in like the trailer, and she's only in the movie for 5 minutes.
Oh.
But I don't know. It's cool seeing her. I like her. So this is about a hitman. So Michael Fassbender plays an assassin.
Okay.
So after a fateful near miss, an assassin battles his employers and himself on an international manhunt he insists isn't personal. It is personal.
I bet. I bet. Okay.
Critics on Rotten Tomatoes give this an 85%. Audience score only a 60% though.
What'd you think?
I'm probably more in line with the audience. I enjoyed it, but I wasn't walking away being like, "Oh man, that was really good. I got to tell everybody about this."
So here we are.
And here I am telling everybody about it. Listen, I watched this like 2 days ago. Okay, it's fresh in my mind.
Okay.
I think for me, it wasn't bad. The ending was kind of lackluster, so I give this like a 6.2. I think.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, pretty in line with the audience.
Yeah. It's split up into chapters, like you see words on the screen say like chapter whatever. It is him traveling around. It's fun, but yeah, I don't know. I can't articulate what I wanted the ending to be, but what it was, I was just like, oh, that's it. Okay, that's fine, I guess.
Interesting.
But it's a fun action thriller.
How long is it?
Hour 58.
Okay.
So, with credits and stuff, maybe
acceptable.
hour 40 or so, yeah.
Yeah.
I watched this at 1.3 times the speed, so that helped as well.
You did that in your leisure viewings as well?
Yeah, I was working out while I was watching this. It's just like, I'm going to put something on, not too invested.
The bullets weren't fast enough for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Up the speed.
Yeah, it makes the fight scenes really interesting. They're so quick.
The poster for this movie, I don't know if I'm looking at it the right way, but it's got like the kit, and then it's got like -- LLER. So is there like Morse code involved in the movie or something? Or
nope, don't know why that is.
Huh? Okay, that's strange.
Yeah, that is strange.
Okay,
but it's him in like a bucket hat, right? Yeah. That's his like tourist outfit to blend in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can people recognize him otherwise, or I don't.
Just watch it. I don't know. I don't want to spoil too much, but
I'll leave it to that.
Yeah. Like I said, like if you want kind of like an assassin thriller, it was enjoyable. It's just not like incredible, but it's not bad.
Cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. I like.
Have you seen much of David Fincher's stuff?
I have. I definitely have, but I can't think of anything right now. What? Hold on.
He did Seven, Zodiac, Gone Girl, The Social Network.
Yes, all of those. Fight Club.
Should I watch Zodiac? That's one of his that I haven't seen.
Oh yeah, it's worth it.
Okay.
I mean, it's not the best movie ever, but it's enjoyable for sure. Yeah, it's got Jake Gyllenhaal, RDJ,
Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah. A lot of big names. You would like it, I think.
Okay.
I think it's longer though.
That's 2 hour 37.
Yeah,
that is long.
It's worth it.
I will be watching.
And it's like
that
you get to learn about real events. So
yeah, maybe that'll be my next workout movie.
There you go. Yeah, you have to crank up the speed though because it's a little bit longer.
Yes, I definitely will
2.5.
do that. How about you, Ken?
All right, so I watched a movie from last year as well. 2023's Leave the World Behind. It was on Netflix.
I'm very curious to hear about this.
So it stars Ethan Hawke and Julia Roberts, and I can never pronounce this dude's name, Mahershala Ali. He's going to be the new Blade. That's all I know.
Oh, yeah.
And he was in the 4400, if anyone watched that back in the day. Directed by Sam Esmail. Don't know who that is.
Yeah, he's the dude, didn't he do Mr. Robot? Yeah, he's the dude from Mr. Robot.
Oh, okay. Also, Kevin Bacon's in it at one point.
Nice.
This got decent ratings on Rotten Tomatoes, 76 on the tomato meter, but only a 34% for audience score, which I don't totally understand other than the fact that it's 2 hours and 20 minutes long, but I don't know. All right, here's a synopsis. There's no going back to normal is the tagline. A family's getaway to a luxurious rental home takes an ominous turn when a cyber attack knocks out their devices, and two strangers appear at their door. I mean, that's even kind of more than I knew going into it, honestly, the cyber attack thing. But yeah, it's a family. They're just trying to get away from the city, and all of a sudden the internet goes out. My favorite part is there's this one girl who is just trying to watch the last episode of Friends, and she can't. I won't say more because I don't want to.
Riveting.
Yeah, but it's really interesting. There's some sort of cyber attack elements. There's more where it goes from there, but I don't really want to say too much because this is still kind of a newer movie, and especially if you're going to watch it. But I personally enjoyed it. I thought it was a good watch. It's also kind of broken up into chapters. It's darker, which I like, but still interesting. Yeah, I can't say too much more, unfortunately, but I enjoyed it. I don't understand the extremely low audience rating personally.
Okay.
I would give it like an 8, honestly. Maybe 7.5, 8. Like, I don't know. It was a good weekend morning watch.
I'm seeing in different places, some are saying like horror drama and others just say like mystery and thriller drama. Would you say it's a horror movie?
I'd say it's suspenseful. I mean, some of the situations are, kind of scary because I think it's all things that could potentially happen in real life. So that's kind of scary. I don't know. I'd call it a suspense thriller.
Yeah, mystery and thriller
more
drama.
Than a horror. But it's got elements of that, I guess.
Okay. That's wild, though. That's quite a difference between what most people are saying and you really like this.
I don't understand, personally.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got great actors in it, too. I don't get it. You'll have to watch it and let me know what you thought. And
yeah.
It sounds... I'm sure I could read some Letterboxd reviews. Let's take a quick dive. Who rated this low? It's pretty mixed bag on Letterboxd, honestly.
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes, so disappointed, inconsistent plot lines, and doesn't know if it's a comedy or suspense. Would you say this is at all a comedy?
It's not a comedy at all. I don't understand. Yeah. One Letterboxd review I saw from someone who gave it 2 stars, just said low-key boring. Another one says confused. So I think there's just some dum-dums out there who are watching movies on Netflix. That's my guess.
Sorry, I have to read this one on Rotten Tomatoes. This is from Hank B, giving it a 0.5 star.
Uh-oh.
The perfect top critic, quote, I'm so avant-garde, quote, douche trap. 2 hours of your life just fucking gone.
Come on.
Doesn't seem that avant-garde. I saw a very cool, like, behind-the-scenes thing where it was showing a scene where the main character is running away from a cliff where like water is about to wash up on shore, and he runs into a house, and it was showing you the movie version and how they did it, and that looks super cool.
Oh, that's cool. I'd like to see that. That was a cool scene. Yeah, I mean, this movie does try to make some commentary on your relationship to media and
Reliance on technology.
Reliance on technology, how society can crumble so easily. I don't know. I don't know if it does the best job at trying to communicate what it's getting at, or it may be too obvious of what it's trying to communicate at the same time. But
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe that's the part that people have a problem with. If you just look at it as just a interesting movie, I think it's worth it. But if you're really trying to dig deep into the subtext, you might be kind of let down. So that could be the issue.
Also, in the year of our Lord 2024, that's not a new message. We all know technology is like bad and we're addicted to it. And like, that's not a new take. Yeah, but that's not to say you shouldn't make a movie about it. Like, it can still be interesting. But yeah, like if these people are digging into that, being like, oh, it's the messages, technology, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, yeah, that seems pretty obvious at this point.
Yeah. I want to talk about the ending, but I don't because it's too new. But I think maybe that could have turned people off as well. But
okay, so both of ours, the ending not so strong.
Ending was fine for me, but it's I don't know if it necessarily builds up to something that people would be particularly excited for. I think that's kind of it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that was Leave the World Behind. What's next for you?
We both chose Netflix movies. All right, next for me is 2023's Quiz Lady on Hulu.
Ooh.
It's a rated R. Comes in at an hour and 39 minutes. It's directed by Jessica Yu, who's mainly done TV. I think this might be her first movie. I was going through her IMDb credits, and it's mainly one of those directors that gets to direct like a handful of TV episodes, not one that's like stayed with the show the entire time.
Okay.
But it was written by Jen D'Angelo, who you may know from the movie Totally Killer.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So she wrote that as well. It was fine? Okay. She also did the new Hocus Pocus 2 movie.
Oh, good.
They remade that.
I have not seen that.
But this one, it stars Awkwafina and Sandra Oh. They play sisters. Will Ferrell plays a game show host. And Jason Schwartzman plays the game show contestant.
Okay.
It's similar to kind of Jeopardy. It's just like a trivia game show. And Jason Schwartzman is like setting the record for most games won. But the plot is a game show obsessed woman, played by Awkwafina, and her estranged sister, played by Sandra Oh, work together to help cover their mother's gambling debts.
Okay. I was just looking, just to quickly interrupt you.
Yeah.
I was looking at the cast as well, and there's an American rapper who also is in this with the name Dumbfounded. Like dumb, found, and dead, all in one word.
What?
Anyway.
What character does that person play?
He plays Ken.
Is Ken... Okay, now I have to... I'm trying to think who Ken is. I don't remember. Oh, wait, yeah. He's the person that the mom owes the gambling debt to.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Just had to throw that out there because that's an awesome name.
I did not realize he was a DJ. This is for sure a like straight comedy. I really enjoyed it. The critics give it an 80%, and the audience is giving it a 70%. For me, I give this a solid 8 out of 10. I laughed a bunch.
Wow.
It's fun. It's a fictitious movie, if you haven't caught on to that. But at the end, they still do the sort of like, where are they now sequence. So like, so-and-so went on to do whatever. And all of those are very funny. It's just, Will Ferrell plays a great game show contestant. Them two as sisters is very funny. It's just a very lighthearted, like fun comedy.
Okay, cool.
I can't recommend this one enough. If you just want some laughs, nothing too intense, this one's perfect.
Nice. It also has Angela Trimber in it.
Yep.
And I only know her from a super old Comedy Central show called Secret Girlfriend that I.
She was on that?
Yeah, she was the secret girlfriend, I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, I kind of want to check that out. That sounds good. It's got a good
Yeah.
cast. Although, I feel like, what was that vampire one that we watched?
Renfield?
Renfield. I feel like that really turned me off to Aquafina. I don't know. She was just so bad in that. But hopefully she's better in this. I've seen her in other things I liked.
Yeah. I think she's good.
All right. Well, for my last one, I went and saw this in the theaters. It was 2023's Godzilla Minus One.
Oh, nice.
Yes, the latest Godzilla movie, straight out of Japan. Follow up to Shin Godzilla, although it's not related to it at all, except for it's Godzilla in this. It has a cast of people that no one is going to know, and I'm not going to try to pronounce. And the director is Takashi Yamazaki, who has done things that I don't know either. Got a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
And same audience score.
Wow.
So it is like universally beloved apparently already. And I would agree. I thought this was awesome. So the tagline is post-war Japan from 0 to minus. Don't know what that means, but the synopsis is: in post-war Japan, a new terror rises. Will the devastated people be able to survive, let alone fight back? And surprise, surprise, the new terror is Godzilla. So it's interesting, though, because, yeah, it all takes place around the fallout of World War II and everyone, or World War I, maybe even? It wasn't super clear to me, but it's after some war, and it follows this guy who is a kamikaze pilot who chickened out. And he has a run-in with Godzilla, and they all have to figure out what to do. But I didn't realize there was going to be a period piece going into it, but it was really cool and really well done. All the human stuff is really interesting, and the Godzilla effects are incredible. Highly recommend it.
We briefly talked about this before you saw it. Have you started watching Monarch since last we spoke?
Yes, I have. I have opinions about that show. I'll get into that in a second. We're only halfway through it, I think. But Godzilla Minus One, I would give that a 9.
Dang.
Because it's really, really good. I highly recommend it. CJ, even though you still have something against Shin Godzilla, you should go watch it. Although I think it made our top 10. I think you liked it the second time around.
I gave it like a 6.
Yeah, well, that was enough. So
made it a top 10 because of you.
Did I give it? I probably gave it a 10. Yeah, I think I still like Shin Godzilla more than this, just because I think that was a cooler Godzilla. But this one's pretty cool too.
Yeah. And the -1 is because they refer to G-Day is the day like Godzilla appears, and this takes place like the day before or something like that.
Something like that. I mean, I was looking into this too because I was trying to think like, oh, is this supposed to be like before the original Godzilla? Is that like kind of what they're getting at? But apparently that doesn't quite line up either. So I don't know. I would guess they were trying to prevent, a larger encounter with Godzilla. So I think, they were trying to stop that larger thing from happening.
Gotcha.
So that's probably the right idea.
And it is World War II, just to confirm.
World War II. That makes sense. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. So Monarch, man, real boring sometimes.
Yeah.
I like the monster parts, but when Meg and I are watching it, she'll just turn to me and be like, "Where's Godzilla? Where's any monster?" And I'll be like, "I don't know, but look, there's Kurt Russell, so
he's fun.
That's pretty cool." Yeah.
Yeah, I think like to its credit, you do get a Titan at least every other episode.
You get in most episodes for maybe like the cliffhanger at the end of the episode.
Yeah, but I agree that they definitely in certain episodes are leaning on the drama side of things.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of with Meg that like I kind of wish I just want to kind of fast forward through those parts a little bit. It's like I'm not really here for your relationship with this woman or anything. I don't care. Just tell me like what is this leading up to? Are you going to go after them? Are you going to try to capture them or make friends with them or what?
Yeah. And It takes place, I think, shortly after the events of the first Godzilla movie, in the MonsterVerse, at least.
Yeah. Well, part of the show does, right?
Part of the show
jumps
does,
back
and
and
the other
forth.
part's a flashback. Yeah, I just don't totally remember what happened in that movie. I even watched like a YouTube video of like what you need to know before this movie. It wasn't helpful because it doesn't really matter, I guess, really that much at all because it's all
Yeah.
just this human drama that I don't know. I've been falling asleep to the show, honestly. We'll watch it in the morning, and I'm like, I can't keep awake. But
Yeah.
we're gonna finish it because I like the monster parts. Monster parts cool.
I would say, yeah. So for people that don't know, it's like Kurt Russell is in the current timeline part of the show, but his real life son, Wyatt Russell, the actor, is playing him, but back in the 50s, I think it is.
Yeah.
And I would say the 50s part of the show is pretty boring. There was like one fun part, and then that's where a lot of the drama is coming in, versus the current timeline is them actually like traveling and chasing the monsters and trying to find this person, and that's the more interesting part, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's more interesting, but also I don't really care about the young people's drama as well either in the current setting. So
Yeah.
I just want more Kurt Russell, and I want more monster, and I want more actual monarch stuff, not just these kids running around trying to uncover what happened to their dad.
How many episodes are you into it? Do you know offhand?
We are either in the middle of 4, in the middle of 5, maybe.
Okay. Because I won't spoil anything. I think I'm on episode 6 or so, and the May character keeps getting a bit more interesting, and I feel like that is now going to spawn its own kind of plot line, and that I am interested in.
Okay. Yeah, they've been teasing that a little bit.
Yeah. It starts to ramp up even more.
I guess I don't want to say more to spoil for people who may not have seen the show, but
yeah,
that it is interesting. They've been teasing that we don't really know that much about her yet, but she does seem to have some other stuff going on. So okay, that's cool. I hope that does pan out to be something that'll keep me awake.
I did love those scenes of like she's the sort of computer whiz programmer genius person.
In her own words, she does computer shit.
Yeah, which I like. I definitely described my career to to people. But yeah, I love the scenes where it's them finding these old tapes of files and the computer sequences of just like, pictures and files flashing across the screen. Is like, that's not how any of this works.
When she put it in and she's just typing and just like, I'm doing something right now. Typing. Okay.
Also, have you ever in your life just opened every single file in a folder at once?
Just fill up your multiple screens with files continually opening and overlaying each other.
What value is that providing?
No. Nothing. Yeah, you would just create the files on your hard drive. Like just fill up a folder or something. You can show that. You don't have to have them all pop up on the screen. I guess it's a TV show and they got to show like, oh, these files are redacted and there's a bunch of maybe classified stuff here, but
let me have 80 pop-ups appear on my screen that I'm now going to have to manually like click through each individual one to see what it is.
That's a virus. That's not files. That's not files.
Yeah, that always cracks me up. Any technology in movies. How's your New Year's? What are they called? Your New Year's resolutions going?
What did I say they were going to be? Workout.
I think that was it.
I think that was it. I've been doing it. I've been working out every day since I said that, so that's good. How are yours going? You going for walks? You getting outside?
No, they're going bad.
Oh no.
Also, the weather has turned, so it's going to make it even more difficult.
Yeah.
Been playing a lot of video games. That's been my resolution so far.
Okay. What have you been playing?
Spider-Man Remastered.
Oh, that's right. Nice. Oh, the original Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Nice. I love that game.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I finally have all of the skills. I'm on he's level 51 now or something.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really a lot of fun.
I don't usually 100% games, but that is one game I did 100% because I just love swinging around as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
I think I'm coming close to it. I'm at like 80 something percent.
Nice.
I've realized I haven't basically been invested in a video game like this in probably like at least 5 years or longer. Because I finally have a new computer that will support any sort of modern video game.
Well, that's definitely a good one to start with. I mean, that is by far one of the most fun games.
Yeah. I have the Miles Morales one waiting for me when I'm done with this.
Nice. I played that too. That's a good one.
Yeah. That one I hear too is just like the story is people are raving about too. That is even just a good like plot.
For sure. Yeah. That one takes place around Christmas time too. So if you get to
fun.
it soon, it might still be kind of relevant. I don't know.
Some remnants of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I really want to play Spider-Man 2, but I don't have a nice PC for gaming. I don't even know if that's out on PC yet, but I've been playing the old ones on PS4, and this one's only on PS5, and I don't have that yet. So
Gotcha.
we'll wait till it comes down in price a little bit, and we'll tackle that. But
we'll see.
You got all the Spider-Men waiting for you.
I know. I'm pumped.
I was watching. I think you talked about this before, but I was watching Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
The newest one?
Yeah. And
so good.
In it, Genki is playing the Spider-Man game in the movie.
Yeah.
It's so good.
What did you think of that movie?
Oh, incredible. Incredible. Yes. Like packed wall to wall with good, interesting plot lines, like nonstop. I didn't realize though that it is like part one. Like it's not even the full story.
Yeah.
But I was cool at the end of the movie. Well, no, I can't. I'll talk to you after this about it. But I can't do that. Really good, obviously, really great. It's on Netflix if you want to watch it.
Yeah. That one, like, I don't know if I've said it on the show, but like I feel like it has elevated the art form. Like it is just just so cool looking throughout the entire thing. Mm-hmm. That is a full 10 out of 10 incredible movie.
Absolutely.
Glad you finally saw it.
Yeah, I had a whole list of movies to knock out while I was on break, and I've gotten through most of them at this point. So
nice.
Happy about that. You got any honorable mentions before we wrap up here?
No, I think that's it. I haven't been watching a ton of movies, to be honest. Mostly just, catching up on some TV shows. Been watching the newest season of Fargo, which has been pretty interesting. Nice. And then Monarch. Yeah.
I have just a couple I just want to rattle off. I watched Oppenheimer finally.
Oh, what'd you think?
Good, long,
yes,
but interesting, and I don't know, a good movie.
What do you have a rating for it, or a letterbox
I do.
score?
I gave it an 8.
An 8, really?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Okay,
it was good. What would you give it?
Probably like a 6. I think I only gave it maybe 3 stars on Letterboxd or something.
Okay. I didn't have any review. I didn't have anything to say about it, but I thought it was interesting. Let's see. I watched Beau is Afraid yesterday or 2 days ago.
Is that worth it?
No, you would despise it. It's not. It's by Ari Aster, who did Hereditary and The Lighthouse, and both of those are kind of horror movies. The Lighthouse is definitely like way more trippy and weird, and Beau is Afraid is just the trippy and weirdness of The Lighthouse and not any of the horror elements really. It's way too long for you, and it's just way too weird. You would not be able to like it. But you might like the other movie I watched, which was The Creator. That's on Hulu.
I don't think I've
it's
heard
kind
of
of
that.
a sci-fi AI robots fighting shooting movie.
Okay.
That was decent. I give that a 7.
Okay. Interesting. I don't think I've even heard of that.
And then I finally watched The Flash yesterday as well.
Oh. All right. I really want to know what you think about that one.
You know what? Just tune out if I'm going to talk about The Flash with maybe some spoilers. So if you like us, rate us and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify where applicable, and tell a friend, spread the word. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, USA Cat 1591. The Flash. Man, it started out strong and funny, and I was like, oh yeah, well, like why is everyone not like this movie? And then I watched it till the end and realized why.
Yep.
Man, the CGI is rough in places. In some places it's fine, but man, some of the stuff with Barry's face, even like when he's just standing there, it's CGI'd onto. I don't know. Is he totally CGI in that point? It looks so weird.
Yeah.
And then all of the stuff when he's in the time bubble thing.
Yep.
All of that looks horrendous.
Yep.
And I understand why. I mean, I know all these. We've talked about it before, but all the CGI artists are
getting treated like shit.
Yeah, not getting the time they need to complete this stuff. And those scenes are entirely CGI and had a bunch of scenes around them in that time bubble. So I get why
that
that's
looks
the
bad.
case. But I think we talked about this on the Batman episode, but we recently saw an article that George Clooney would never ever wants to appear as Batman again. And at the end of The Flash, now apparently the DCU is the universe where George Clooney is Batman. So where the fuck do they go from here? What happened? What? It's just a mess at the end. They just leave it at that, and it's oh, okay, well, what the fuck? I don't. Oh my god. Yeah. So upsetting.
It's like the DCEU, the extended universe or something.
The extended universe, but confusing. The next movie has to resolve that. 100% has to resolve. Hey, what's the common timeline here? Because it's too confusing for me.
Did you see? It's either the post credits or the post credits or something. But then he meets up with Aquaman.
Yeah, that's.
I'm very curious to see the new Aquaman movie.
Okay, well, maybe that's why they shoved it in there, because he still exists, and so maybe they won't address it in there. I know that who's taking over the DCU or EU? It's
James Gunn.
James Gunn, yeah. So I think they were just trying to break it open so that James Gunn can come in and do
what he wants,
whatever the hell he wants, because clearly nothing matters anymore. But the other issue I had with The Flash, though, was the big bad for The Flash was just an old villain for Superman.
Yeah.
That was the thing that they had to fight at the end of the movie. And it's I
General
don't
Zod.
care. It's General Zod, and it's cool that Superwoman is in it, but we've seen this before, and it has nothing to do with a Flash supervillain or anything like that. It's just a rehashing of Superman. I don't know. Didn't feel good. It was cool to see Batman.
Did you like the extremely poorly done CGI Superman Nick Cage?
Yeah, they really highlighted that more than they should have.
And it
that should have just
awful.
been a one-off thing. Oh yeah, okay, cool that he's there too. But they went back to him a couple of times, and he's just standing there, just being Nick Cage. But
yeah,
they were pretty proud of themselves for that one. I guess.
It was it's a cool little Easter egg if you know the sort of the backstory that he almost was Superman. He auditioned for it and stuff, but it looks awful.
Well, that's all it should have been, was just a little Easter egg. But then it just lingered too long. But yeah, it looked really bad. That was another poor CGI part.
Yep. Yeah. So overall, pretty mediocre, not great.
Pretty rough landing there.
Yeah.
That's all. Thank you for my rant.
I'm here for it.
Okay.
Follow us on all of the things at Overtalking Pod, especially on TikTok. Give us a follow over there.
Yes.
At Overtalking Pod. Overtalking
He's
Pod.
been releasing some pretty good highlights from the past couple shows over there, so go check it out.
I do it when I can. You'll notice some episodes have 0 and some have a lot.
That's kind of the listeners per episode too. So
that's how it goes. That's life for you.
That's life for you. Well, thanks for listening. We'll have an actual episode probably next week. Tune in for that. And as we always say,
see you next week. Love you. Bye.
That's it. Bye.
This episode of the Overtalking Podcast was produced by Ken and CJ, edited by CJ. This week was just the boys. Music by Justin Peters, logo by Nate Richards. Check out Nate's work on Instagram at Nate Richards Designs.